I cover my face out of my own choice. I choose to cover it, and partly because I'm a Muslim, and being a Muslim, our Creator in the Quran does say to cover yourselves in a modest way, and I feel, I believe, covering your face is part of dressing modestly to avoid attraction when you go out.
So, the danger is I might be attracted to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. The reason I wear, there are so many scholars who do feel that the hands and the face do not need to be covered, but there are also scholars who say that yes, that it should be covered. And I feel it should be covered because the most attractive part of anybody is the face.
So is there a danger that males in the audience are attracted to every female in this studio's face who's here? Are they putting themselves in some kind of a...
Not necessarily every female face, but yeah, it could stir some sort of...
Passions?
Yes, absolutely.
Why would it not stir passions in a woman to see a man's face?
Well, it's about the burqa, isn't it, and about the woman wearing a veil.
Yeah.
And it's about why women are wearing a veil.
Yes, but I'm interested, if it's about equality, and you feel a sense of liberation, don't you? Why should men not be required to cover their faces too?
It's a good point, but I wouldn't question that. If this is how I understand that the scholars have said, then I would do it.
And it's God's will?
It's God's will. And if you out of your free will choose to be a Muslim, then that's part and parcel of it.
And you're closer to the Prophet, you feel?
Absolutely. You emulate the Prophet's life.
Yeah.
Brainwash level, 10,000.
You could really see the hamster wheel going there a couple times. She's just like, well, if you say that the women have to wear it, but also not the men, then we are all equal and emulating the Prophet.
She doesn't need to worry. We will not be attracted to her when she takes the tablecloth off, the curtains.
I think we'll be okay.
The tent. But it's funny, she doesn't actually know the origins of the burqa. So the actual origins comes from Sahih al-Bukhari, ablutions. Now, we'll read it out. The wives of the Prophet used to go to Al-Manasi, a vast open space, to answer the call of nature at night. Umar used to say to the Prophet, let your wives be veiled. One night, Sauda bint Zam, the wife of the Prophet, went out at Isha time, and she was a tall lady. Umar addressed her and said, I've recognized you. So basically what happened was that Umar was being pervy, watching the Prophet's wife go to the toilet at night. And basically, Allah unveiled that these women should be veiled head to toe, just the eyes showing, so that these perverted men can stop recognizing the woman.
Wasn't it even worse than that? Didn't he watch her while she was not urinating, but defecating?
Defecating, right, yeah. So, women at their most vulnerable, I guess, and it's crazy how brainwashed these women are now, and a woman supporting Islam, as the comment said, a woman supporting Islam is like a chicken campaigning for a KFC.
I just can't believe it. I mean, this woman is here and she's like, well, these men, they might be attracted to me. They might not have any control over themselves. But yet you see everyone in the audience and all the men are sitting there and all the women are sitting there and everyone has complete control over themselves. So it seems to be only Muslim men who can't control themselves in the sight of a woman without a hijab on.
Well, exactly. I mean, in any other country or any other realm of human being, like we don't have that problem. In Korean men are able to control themselves. We don't just look at a woman and actually want to watch her defecate. It just doesn't happen. And in the West, you don't go, women don't need to worry about passions being stirred up because your face, we can see your face. I mean, we learn to get over our primal instincts, or we don't even have that instinct really in the first place. It's just like, hello, nice to meet you, not, oh, your face has been revealed. We want to watch you defecate.
Like, why would you go straight to defecate? I mean, that's just, come on. You would think that would be more niche, but I guess for the Middle East, that's sort of like prime XXX content.
Well, actually, I want to say that for the Middle East, that we respect the people of Iran currently fighting Islam. And Islam seems to be the main problem. I mean, this is coming from Sahih al-Bukhari, the hadith in Islam. I mean, Prophet Muhammad and all his kind of peers just seem to be complete they're equivalent to Andrew Tate or whatever. They're just, you know, Prophet Muhammad was a billionaire playboy who had 83 wars of conquest with sex slaves. I believe he had 4 wives of conquest, you know, so actual slaves. And these are men who are completely unable to control themselves, completely unable. And that is why they need to cover up women. And I just don't understand why these women keep upholding these values. It's a religion that's designed for men. It's designed for warring men who cannot control themselves.
Yeah, well, you made a good point. You know, there's nothing wrong with people from the Middle East. It's just when you have a religion that says all the women have to cover themselves, or else you can essentially rape them free of charge because they've been unmodest. Like, what do you expect them to do when you bring them into other countries where women don't veil themselves? So they're going to think these people are immoral, these people are awful, but they're the immoral ones. And this is coming from someone who would, in not in a million years, describe himself as a feminist. I hate feminists. I don't care about women's rights. I've never cared about women's rights. I've never cared whether or not women vote. I'm not saying they shouldn't vote. I'm just saying I've never cared whether or not they do.
I mean, I believe in equality for females. I'm not Islamist, but I think a really good verse that sums this whole thing up about their attitudes towards women is. Do you have the WhatsApp thing I sent you? Okay, so there's Sunan by Haki 2227. Anas bin Malik said, "The slave girls of Umar were serving us with uncovered hair and their breasts jiggling." So, horny, randy men. Okay, well, perhaps Muslim women do need to protect themselves, but it's a shame that they need to live in a world where they have to protect themselves like this. Come to any other society of human beings, they don't need to live like this. And I don't know how they become so brainwashed, how that poor woman has become so brainwashed that she wants to uphold her own demise, essentially. Her own suffering.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a self-containing cage, right? The prisoners are in control of the prison, so all the women are actually controlling all the other women. And this actually follows along with female psychology, where most female genital mutilation is actually carried out by the women themselves. So the older women will ensure that the younger women are genitally mutilated by the tribe. So it's not actually the men who are doing this, it's the women who enforce this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that the same with men? When we, chop off the foreskin?
Yeah. I mean, you can think of it this way, and people don't like to hear this, but women are naturally more subservient, so they're going to do the things that they're taught from birth by men. So even the women in society who you see sort of doing this, like, rise up against the patriarchy, they were influenced by men who want them to rise up against the patriarchy. But if you really look behind the curtain, a lot of the time, what they're actually trying to convince women to do is be more promiscuous, which is actually what men want them to do. So in this way, I can understand why there is a push towards women being modest, right? In Christianity, women wear the veil when they're praying. Not anymore, but that was more common. Or nuns wear the veil over their head, but they do that voluntarily. You don't have to be a nun, and you can quit being a nun at any time. It's just a symbol of modesty. So there should be a certain push towards modesty, or else you get the OnlyFans run world we have now. But when you're covering women's entire faces and all you can see are their eyes like they're a stormtrooper, then I think maybe we've gone a little too far.
What would we call men who are circumcised? What's the story?
Hot diggity dog.
I always say nobody's circumcising me because there's not very much of me in the first place. What's going to be left? But to talk about your OnlyFans point, it's a bit of a shame. In the past, to become a porn star, you really had to become a porn star. You essentially, you changed your entire life to become a porn star. And these days, any normal person seems to be like, okay, well, I can sell a boob, and the barrier to entry has just gone down so much. It's kind of watered everything around.
And this is why the veil might seem like an attractive thing for people who don't have any religion, because it's like there is so much depravity in the world, and so if Christianity isn't being adequate, which is not being right now, in showing how far superior it is to this false religion, then of course people are going to fall into this Muslim religion, because there is no superior system to it if you just want a little bit of modesty. And it's unfortunate that we only have two sides. We have the OnlyFans side and we have the Muslim side, and that's the reason that we have to start to come back to Christianity as a society, not even from a religious perspective, but just even from a practicalist perspective.
Glad we unveiled that topic.
Ooh.